Didn't get it done today. We just got to find a way to play complementary football as a team. I think our defense played lights out for about 2.5, probably full 3 quarters, and they're playing 89 plays compared to whatever 50 some odd plays on offense, and that's just not a good formula that we're living by right now. And the penalties showing up in the second half, in the fourth quarter, along with the turnovers, is something that is losing football. All right, but there are flashes of things that are really good that's going on right now as a football team that we just need to build on and get more consistent at. But we'll learn and we'll grow. We'll buckle up our chin straps and go back to work, and we'll try to find a way to win the next one for sure.
So are those penalties later on, right? Is that from fatigue defensively?
Well, I think the penalties are coming from, the penalties that are taking place on off. I mean, you got some special teams penalties there, right? That flip the field. The 1 yard rule, not very good there. The holding call on kickoff return. Just an accumulation of penalties. We've been a team that's played pretty clean football up until this point, and those things just really had a heavy effect on field position. When you have an explosive offense that Memphis puts out there every week, you just can't give them advantage of that type of a field position. So, it's just a combination of just being, not being smart enough in those situations, and maybe pressing a little bit, trying to make a play. We'll evaluate on film and see exactly what it is, but I didn't think we had a fatigue team out there. But we did not give our defense an opportunity, from that standpoint on offense. I mean, I do think that our defense wore down, at some point toward the fourth quarter for sure. But it's not something that we address as far as them being in shape or not. We just got to compliment them a lot better.
One just penalty I want to ask about in particular, DeJuan lined up wrong. It looked like it killed a drive that you could have had a first down, and he had played before. He had not been looking for the ball. I mean, is that a sign, right? He's getting in there and getting on offense, but just hasn't played a lot at that position, and he's going to those mistakes.
Sure. We just got some first-time players that are out there that are making some mistakes. I mean, I would love to see, all 11 guys playing perfect football, every single snap. It just, we're not quite there yet, but, we're not questioning intent. We're not questioning, the will to want to win and do right. We just got to lock in, focus in those pressure situations, and that is something that can be improved upon. And I know DeJuan cares enough to where I know he'll get those things fixed.
Any immediate idea, thought why Quincy, the running game and Quincy just didn't produce? I don't think it's, whenever he was in there today.
Yeah, obviously we have to take a look at things up front. We have to take a look at us as a coaching staff, making sure that we're putting our players in the proper position to make plays in the run game. I just think that that's something that I'll have a better feel for once I assess it on film. But we have got to do a much better job of controlling the ball on offense, whether it be run or pass.
I mean, I think for 3 quarters, the story was your defense.
Yeah.
And did you? I don't know. Did you maybe expect? I mean, they came out just looking to throw and putting Hennigan out there to get hit and make throws, and I don't know. Were you guys ready for that kind of imbalance in a sense in the way they were looking to do it?
We know what their strengths are. A lot of their rush production leading up into this game, we thought was a lot of hidden yards coming from the quarterback position. When the play breaks down in the throw game, he just tucks it and runs, and you saw him do that effectively today in the second half. But his number one target was the tight end, and most of their production and explosive plays came through the tight end, checking down to the backs and things of that sort. So not necessarily surprised by it. I think our defense did a nice job, in the first 3 quarters of stopping that production. But, it just wore on us toward the back end of the game, and something that we'll grow and learn from. But, if you study them, that's been their trademark for the most part.
Did you hope that those hits, it didn't seem to ultimately affect him too much? I mean, he was still slinging it and running in the fourth quarter.
He's a tough guy. I mean, that's something that also showed up on film. I mean, he's one heck of a quarterback. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you sit there and you watch Mississippi State put their hands on him, put their pads on him from time to time. He keeps getting up and playing football. So credit to he and his toughness, and credit to Memphis for using him in those situations and keeping the trust in him, because he's one hell of a football player. So.
Was that kind of an accidental field goal you got the first half? I mean, the delay game, you were going to go for it again there?
Yeah, well, we got the penalty. No, it was not accidental. I mean, we didn't want the penalty. We were trying to score a touchdown right there. That was the whole goal, and the penalty set us back a little bit. So we got out of our range for calling the fourth down play that we wanted and had ready in that situation. So kicking it was the right thing to do in that moment, and good job making that one.
Yeah, and same thought process, I guess, as it's been all season. The first quarter when you were inside the 5, to go for it there, not take those 3 points. Was that the same?
Well, I mean, you got one of the high-scoring offenses in the country in Memphis. Then 3 points is not going to get it done. So we knew we had to score touchdowns to even compete and have a chance to win. And so we as a football team talked about that. We knew that the points by way of touchdowns is something that we needed to really focus in on. So I will make that call again.
Yeah, did 2 minutes to go, I don't know, it seemed like, hey, this game's just going to end. You called timeout, then you ended up getting forced into a turnover. Was that a mindset thing for the guys? Because you're right, before you got that last possession.
Yeah, that's who we are. We're not going to quit. It's just, I don't care what the scoreboard is, and we have so much growing to do as a football family, and we started this thing off about, number one, not quitting, and that's not what we're going to do. And as long as there's time on the clock, we're going to lock into what the time is on the clock and take advantage of those opportunities when they present themselves. So we got a turnover, we gave ourselves a chance to score, move the ball down there. It didn't quite go our way. We threw a turnover, but that's one thing that I'm happy to see our players still go out there and fight until there's no time on the clock, and that's who we're always going to be.
Thanks.